that. Look how gross that is. I hate that this happened to them and that they look like this. And there's nothing that I can do about it. It's time. Are you ready?
Go on then. I'll bet you nearly straight like this cricket.
This is the shortest one I have now because it just broke off.
Okay. So you're going to use that one as a guide?
Use it as a guide, yeah.
Yeah, you can do it one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just go like...
I thought about that and then I decided this is the safer way. In fact, hold on. I'm going to do 1/2 of my head at a time. Tiiiiiime. Actually, no, I don't know if I'll use that one as a guide. I think I'm going to give myself a little bit more length to start, and then if I want to come down that short, I will. So actually, I'll start in the front.
Okay.
Well, this one's going to break anyway, so this one was hanging on for dear life.
Okay.
So I kind of have no choice. I don't want to walk around with blocks that are like this in the front.
I'll come back and check on you in 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to have a lasagna.
Enjoy. So it begins. So in the beginning, I was planning to just go through and cut them one by one. And as you can see here, I'm taking my time and I'm getting nervous because I'm realizing very quickly that because my hair hasn't been retwisted in a while, my roots are causing my hair to spring back, and so it's not giving me the best indication of what the actual resting length is as I cut them. So going through, trying to section it off in a way that makes it easier for me to see clearly in terms of getting a uniform cut. And it worked a little bit, but I still was finding that it wasn't going to be a very precise blunt cut. Getting excited still, as you can see, but then only about halfway done now, and realizing again, right, if I keep going this way, I'm gonna have to keep trimming. So now, found my little hair ties and decided to do the hair tie method. So to just do small sections, tie them off with a hair tie, and then cut them that way, which is tried and true. I'm not really sure why I didn't do that from the beginning, but I'm glad that I figured it out soon enough that I didn't end up butchering my whole head. And that, again, as expected, once I remembered that method, it ended up being the most uniform cut. So just preparing now to do the final cuts, getting very excited. I think the first cut is usually the most terrifying, and the last cut is probably the most liberating. At this stage, I'm very excited, very committed to this new look. Yeah, I'm ready for some freedom. That's the end, friends. All gone. Woo-hoo! And I can still put it in a ponytail. That was kind of the one thing I wanted to be able to do with the short hair, is to still be able to pull it into a ponytail at the bottom of my head, the back of my head. So, mission accomplished. Just cleaning up a little bit from the first section where I wasn't using the ponytails, and trying to get it to match the other side. Okay, so I just did the first dye using the Cream of Nature Exotic Shine color in Intensive Red, is that right? Yes, Intensive Red, 7.6. Just did that one. You can kind of see it, but it kind of turned out as I expected. You can kind of see it in the light. It definitely took a little in the root, well, as much as expected in the roots, at the roots, as much as expected for darker hair. Now I think it's definitely taken in the locks. I can tell from the spots where I still had light brown coloring from like previous dye jobs, so I can tell that it's definitely taken at some spots, but it's still not as intense as still not as intense as I want it to be. So, and I knew that was going to be the case. So I prepared this time, and preemptively also got the Creative Image Adore semi-permanent dye in Raging Red, number 70. It's semi-permanent, I know, but also I'm okay with that because I don't think I necessarily want it to stay intense red for a long time. I'm okay with trying it semi-permanently and doing it temporarily first, see how I like it, and then if I decide I really do like it, then I will do something more permanent. But for the purposes of just trying the color out as bright as I can get it without bleaching, and then yeah, we're on lockdown, birthday's coming up, so just wanted to try something different just to shake things up a bit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna put this on now. I didn't film myself putting this one on because I don't know that anyone needs to see it. These are, they're pretty, everyone uses these. They're easy to follow. But this one I've never used before. So, and I think is an easier process. Hello. So I am gonna film putting on this one.
You're looking hot right now.
Thank you.
Hot girl summer.
Hot girls, lockdown.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Thanks. You can see it a little like in the light, and I think when it dries,
yeah,
I think when it dries it'll get brighter. But I want it to be more intense, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Look how red this is. Whoa.
So
Look how red that is. Can you see how red that is? I'm gonna see how this comes out. Anyway, so I put in the other stuff. I just washed it out. Luckily that works because this has to be applied to damp and shampooed hair. What?
Can I bleach my hair?
You mean your beard?
No.
Your facial hair?
No.
What hair?
The other one.
What hair?
Yeah.
You should go that way. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. It's like a real, like it's a gel. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Oh wait, oh well. There's no turning back now. Probably should have sectioned my hair off again, like I did last time.
Let me let the boys up to come terrorize you.
No, I'm gonna close the door all the way. Thank you. Wow. One thing they know I'm in here, and they hate it when I'm in here and they can't get in. Anyway, I didn't know Adore is vegan free. Oh no, sorry. It's vegan and cruelty free, and it has no alcohol, no peroxide, no ammonia. Just good. I just didn't know. I didn't realize just how safe a coloring option it was. I only ever knew that it was semi-permanent. So that's kind of cool. I'm not vegan myself, but I do like vegan products. I've been talking about going red since before I started my lock journey, and I just never did it. I think I was always worried that I couldn't pull it off if I didn't like get the right shade. And I knew that if I did it, I wanted to do it right. But the funny thing is, wanting to go red was one of my reasons for locking up in the first place. I know that doesn't make any sense, but the YouTuber at the time, when I was researching locks, the YouTuber at the time that really inspired me was Patience Edit. If any of you are familiar with her, I don't think she's really active on YouTube anymore. I think she's mostly on Instagram now, but I remember she interlocked, so her interlock journey was the reason that I chose to interlock. And then when she
few years later when it like grew out fully, oh, it's just, her hair is absolutely phenomenally gorgeous. And when she went red, honey, I was like, yep, I need to lock my hair today. And I think actually I locked my hair shortly after discovering her red hair. And I think it was because I think I must have, because I think she hadn't posted anything recent on her YouTube, I don't think. Can't remember, but I know I had finally found her, not finally found her, but I found her on Instagram, on her Instagram page after the fact. And that's where she posts a lot of her more up-to-date pictures, and that's where I think that's where I saw her red hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that, I have to. And so that was really the nail in the coffin for me when I decided to, that made me decide to go ahead and lock my hair. So, there's a little fun fact for you. All right. So let's get this thing under the cap. According to the camera, we're at 22 minutes. Obviously, I didn't start putting it in the moment I hit record, but still about 20 minutes of putting it in. So I'm gonna let this sit for, I think, another 30. Cool. See you when it's all done. I'm back. I have rinsed and washed out the Adora dye. I've done my scalp treatment, my tea rinse, and a partial hot oil treatment, which I'm going to continue in a second. Just finished. Now I'm gonna, this is just a black t-shirt that I used to soak up the excess water. Now I'm gonna continue my hot oil treatment, and then, sorry, there's still bits of the scrub in my scalp. It tends to come out better when I do like a hair soak, but I can't do those often, and I couldn't do that today, so some of it's just gonna be in there and come out in its own time, and that's okay. Because a healthy scalp is worth it. As you can see, and as expected, it's not bright and vibrant like it was in the bottle. Obviously, again, without bleaching your hair, or having already light hair, it's not gonna be as bright. But I do like the color. I can definitely see, yeah, I can definitely see a difference. It's definitely added a bit more color to the Cream of Nature dye. It's probably not coming across on camera, especially because I'm using my cell phone. But I can tell you now, while it's damp and while I'm looking in the mirror, it does have like a purpley burgundy tone to it, which is nice. Again, I like that it's dark. One, because I don't want to ever bleach my locks, so I'll never have light locks. But also because, like I said, the main purpose was to cover up my lint, which I think I've succeeded at. And the crazy thing is, the last time I colored my hair was a year ago for my birthday last year. And I dyed it black, thinking, okay, you know what? The only way I'm going to be able to mask this lint is if I just go back to black. And it didn't work. Like it didn't really work. It covered it a little bit, but not much. And then sure enough, within a few months, it ended up fading out, even though it was a permanent dye color. So I'm not really sure why or how that happened. So that was really frustrating for me, because all of the light color from the previous dye came back through within a few months. But this double processing with a deep red, well, what turned out to be deep red because of my hair color, did a better job at covering the lint, which makes me really happy. And it makes me think that this might be my color moving forward. It's because it's not too crazy. It's still pretty subtle. But there's, it's got a little bit of something. And then also you can't see my lint, which is amazing. It's restored my hope for this set of locks, because even up until last night, I was feeling really discouraged about the state of my locks and all the lint. And was considering just chopping it off and starting a new set. That was even up until last night. And I told myself if I didn't like how this cut and dye turned out, that's what I was probably just gonna do. So I'm glad, even though it wouldn't have been bad news to have to do that, I'm glad I don't have to do that. Because I wanna enjoy this hair a bit longer. But yeah, I love the way it looks. I love the way it looks. Box dyes for black hair always come with a conditioner. I'm not gonna use it because I can't condition my hair. I used to, but I stopped because I relearned that conditioning obviously is not ideal for locks. And because I just spent all this time last weekend getting all of the gunk out of my hair, I'm in no rush to put it back in. So I'm off conditioning, not gonna use that. But the cool thing is that it did come with this little pill of it's like an argan oil treatment. I used maybe a quarter of it and ran it through my hair while I was doing my tea rinse, just to kind of do a partial hot oil treatment, like I said, while I was gonna be in the shower, just so that some of the steam could generate extra heat. It looks like a small amount, but that little bit that I used actually coated my hair really well. And I just stripped my hair of all of the gunk and buildup, and so I'm not looking to put all of that back in one go. So I may not even use all of this. I'm trying to cut back on how much oil I put in my hair, my locks moving forward, as well as my scalp. So I'll probably take this down to half, aim for an hour, take it out, and then I will see if I have the energy or the interest in retwisting my hair this evening. Still not even down to half, wow. My scalp is finally feeling better. I know I said I was gonna wait until I retwist. I think even just snipping a few of them will make the difference. Okay, I think that actually did it. I think that fixed it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Any other trimming I think I can get away with after, yeah, this one is just not, where'd you go? That one's, it's just in the wrong spot. I can't do anything about that one because it broke. Yeah. Anything else that I notice, I will take care of after I've retwisted. I like it. I feel re-inspired by my hair. I feel like I'll be able to fall in love with my hair all over again. I feel like it's a bit dry. That's okay, because if it's it's already almost 6 p.m. And if it's too wet, it's gonna take a while to dry, and I can't sleep on wet hair. I'm gonna get dressed, let my hair do its thing, and then next time you see me will be after everything's done. Yay! Well, after the retwist is done, and I might do something with it, maybe a braid out or a bantu knot out, I don't know. But whatever the case, see you when I see you.